Yes, and so we have Micah Cover, who
Mhm,
has been with us a while, joining our Poe Unplugs as
mhm.
well. He does an event, usually, I believe, Micah, isn't it November that you do Night of the Raven?
And hello, yes, it was this last November. Thank you for asking. And
Yes.
by the way, I love your green screens. They're so creepy.
Oh,
Creepy green
thank you.
screens. Well done, both of you.
Thank you.
You know us and the creepness. We
Oh
love
yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
definitely.
So I kind of feel like Jeannie's like is a close up of a tree that's somewhere in this cemetery that I'm in.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm hiding in her cemetery waiting to jump out at her. That's what it is.
Yes, and so this is Micah
Okay.
Cooper, and he is also a magician, but he is going
Mhm,
to do a reading for us today.
mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
Oh,
so,
that's my intro. Okay. All right.
yes,
Uh, all
It's
right.
all to you.
Oh,
yes,
all right. Yes. So, again, my apologies. The unplugged fine people already know this. My landlord got us a new router, which means I no longer have reliable interwebs. Yay.
oh,
So I apologize. I apologize ahead of time if I freeze or if I get disconnected, but thank you for letting me be here.
absolutely.
Um,
We're
thank you.
happy you're here. Yes,
Oh,
Yes, we're
it's a
just happy
pleasure.
you're here.
yes.
Thank you very much. And here we go.
All right.
Mhm.
Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, "tapping at my chamber door, only this and nothing more." I remember it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow. Vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow. Sorrow for the loss of Lenore. Sorrow for the loss of Lenore. For the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore. Nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before. So that now, to still the beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door, vis some late visitor, entreating entrance at my chamber door. This it is, and nothing more." But presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping." And so gently you came rapping, and so faintly, faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I open wide the door. Darkness there, and nothing more. Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the stillness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." This I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this, and nothing more. Back into the back into the chamber, turning all of my soul within me burning soon. Again I heard a tapping, somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what thereat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Open here I flung the shutter when with many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, and not a minute stop nor stayed he, but with mien of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon the bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, perched and sat and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. Though thy though thy quest be shorn and shaven, thou, I said, art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is on the night's Plutonian shore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Much I marveled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore. For we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast, upon the sculptured bust above his chamber door, with such a name as nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on that placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing further than he uttered, not a feather then he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, other friends have flown before. On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, taught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my fancy into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking with this ominous bird of yore, with this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore, meant in croaking nevermore. Then I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl, whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. Listen more, I sat divining with my head at ease, reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er she shall press evermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfume from an unseen censer swung by seraphim, whose footfalls tinkled on the tough cry. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore, quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore, tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aden it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore, quoth the raven, nevermore. That word our sign, imparting bird or feed, I shriek of starting. Get thee back into the tempest of the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as token of that lie souls. Leave my leave my loneliness unbroken. But above my door, take thy beat from out my heart, and take my form from off my door. Quote the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never letting, still is sitting, still is sitting on the pallid lights of palace just above my chamber door. As eyes of all the seeming of demons that is dreaming. And the lamplight orm streaming throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul, not that shadow that lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted. Okay, thanks. I also do kid shows. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks,
Excellent.
guys.
Steve
yeah.
even said, I'll bet Micah can do an awesome Don Knotts impression.
Uh,
Don
because
Knotts.
of the fear or the citizens' arrests. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Steve, can you answer that? I don't know why. He wants to know, and I do too. I love when you
Yes.
nip it in the bud. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay.
That's my favorite Don Knotts because he's
Yeah.
just always and he does great. Now, no, not a lot of people probably watch Don Knotts when he did some serious work for a couple times, but he was pretty good. He was a very versatile actor.
Yeah.
And I kind of think that's what Steve is talking about because you were
Oh,
all over
okay.
it, Micah. You were
Yes.
just
And
Well, yeah. Go
and
ahead.
I will say that I think the there was only like a little bit of a lag once or
a
twice,
Yeah.
couple
but
times.
it
Yeah,
just jumped right back in. It was just kind of like a dramatic pause. So that's
exactly.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you, Zoom. Thank you, Zoom, for the
yes.
dramatic pause.
Yes.
Exactly. Yeah, a lot of bravos and
Oh, good. Thank you.
yes, good
Thank you.
job,
Oh
great
yeah,
Thanks
it
so
work.
was
much.
Everybody loves
excellent.
it.
It's a
Yeah,
pleasure.
we were all talking about how you do it when it's straight jacket, and that's just phenomenal.
Oh, it is. It is.
Thank
Yes.
Mhm.
you.
One night
Yeah.
on Poe Unplugged, we need to show that, Micah.
I hope you do.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Thank
should do
Oh,
that.
and Steve said it's because of the nervous shifting eyes that you had.
Oh, okay. The
Ah,
Don Knotts shifty eyes. I will thank
yes,
you, Steve.
yes.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. That's high
Oh,
praise.
I
Yes.
like it too because you were, it was like living it, like you were in there, and it's like,
yes.
yes, I can be in that room and thinking, oh no, where's that knocking coming from?
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
and then in your background, just that kind of is the type of room
Mhm.
I picture with,
Yeah.
Yep.
the reading the Raven.
Mhm.
Whenever I'm thinking about it, I'm the one sitting in the chair with all the things happening around me. And so
Yep.
it's
Yes.
like one of
Yes.
those type of wingback chairs that like that are in there. Actually, it's not wingback, it's another term. But yeah, and so that added to the ambiance to the setting. So yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
As
I
usual,
thank you so much.
yeah, thank
Oh, thank you.
phenomenal.
My
So thank
pleasure.
you, Micah, and we will hopefully see you on the next Poe Unplugged.
yes, absolutely.
Good. Thanks, guys. Thank you so
Thank
much.
Bye.
you.
Yeah, it shall be known as the Micah jacket from now on. I love it.
Yes.